right. We actually had the city of Miramar on a month ago,
Mhm.
and the goal was to figure out, okay, so what are the resources that you have here locally? What can small businesses utilize from the city to help with the specific business? And what came to mind when you were speaking was the concept of RFPs and possibly small businesses applying
Mhm.
for RFPs for this exact type of opportunity. Um, so I know that you already do work with cities. Have you seen local cities take on this type of initiative to hire local?
Yes, yes, we definitely have. I just did a couple weeks ago another webinar called "The Government is Still Buying." So interestingly, during this time, most municipalities are still out there trying to plan events, trying to get their citizens excited, trying to get the word out to keep these businesses alive, the smaller businesses alive. So they are putting money behind it. A lot of times what you'll see RFPs for would be for an event, and maybe they need a food truck, maybe they need a caterer. So I would say if you're interested in doing business with the government as an avenue, which I think it is a good avenue to go after, I always recommend a couple different websites that you can go to, and it's not here in the PowerPoint, but I'm just going to go ahead and say them. To look for bids and RFPs that are happening throughout the state, there's Bid Prime, BIDPRIME.com. There's another one called BidSync, BIDSY. NC.com, and there you can basically get every RFP that's coming out in whatever states you select. So if you want to do business here in Florida, wherever you want to do business, and you want to do it with the government, that's going to show you who's hiring. The other thing I recommend, if you want to do business with the government, is you don't necessarily have to do it through an RFP. Most municipalities will say, okay, they'll set a threshold. So if your proposal is over $50,000, they'd have to RFP it. If it's under $50,000, you can submit to them a proposal unsolicited and say, okay, I want to do this for you. Here's all our businesses that came together, and we'd like to do this event, and they don't have to RFP it. They're allowed to work directly with you to discuss your proposal and see if they want to do it, and it doesn't require all of the procedures you would have to go through for an RFP. So I do recommend, if you want to work with the government, going to those sites and then submitting unsolicited proposals with creative ideas for things that will help that municipality. Whenever you're putting the proposal together, the important thing to remember is they're going to ask you, how is this going to help our city? And you need to be able to address that in your proposal.